The night wind slid softly across the desert, carrying the scent of sage and cold stone. The small adobe house stood alone at the edge of the reservation, lantern light glowing faintly through the single window. Inside, Thomas Reed sat on the edge of the bed, boots still on, hands clasped together as if holding back 1,000 questions. At 35, he had learned silence the hard way, learned that not everything demanded an immediate answer. He had come here for work at first, a short-term engineering contract, rebuilding water systems that had been neglected for decades. He hadn't expected to stay this long, and he certainly hadn't expected Lena Yazzie. Lena was 30, quiet in a way that wasn't empty but full. She spoke carefully, as if every word mattered. The elders trusted her, the children followed her, and Thomas, from the moment they met, felt something he couldn't name, respect first, then something deeper that unsettled him. Over the months they worked side by side. She translated meetings, explained customs, corrected him gently when he misunderstood. She never laughed at his mistakes. When others did, she simply met his eyes and waited until he learned. That evening had begun like any other, dinner shared in silence, corn stew steaming between them, the fire crackling low. Outside, the stars were sharp and endless. "You should sleep," Lena said softly, rising from the table. "Tomorrow will be long." Thomas nodded. "I'll take the cot." She paused, watching him. "You are our guest." "I'm comfortable anywhere," he replied, offering a small smile. She studied him for a moment longer, then turned away without another word. Later, as the house grew still, Thomas lay awake on the narrow bed, listening to the desert breathe. He thought of home, of the life he had paused to come here. He wondered what would happen when the contract ended. Then the door opened. He did not move. Lena stepped inside, her bare feet silent against the floor. She wore almost nothing, just a thin woven cloth draped around her, skin catching the lantern light like warm bronze. She did not look embarrassed. She did not look afraid. She looked solemn. Thomas's breath caught, but he forced himself to stay still, eyes open, hands at his sides. She approached the bed slowly, deliberately, as if every step had meaning beyond the moment. Then she lay down beside him, close but not touching, the warmth of her presence unmistakable. "It is an old Apache ritual," she said quietly, staring at the ceiling. "One that is rarely practiced now." Thomas swallowed. "I don't understand." "You are not meant to," she replied, "only to choose." The silence stretched, heavy and charged. He turned his head slightly, enough to see her face. There was no seduction in her expression, no invitation born of impulse. This was something else entirely, something sacred, fragile. "What does it mean?" he asked. "It is a test," Lena said, "of respect, of restraint, of the heart." She closed her eyes. Thomas's mind raced. Every instinct screamed at him to move, to speak, to act. But another voice, quieter, steadier, told him to stay exactly where he was. He lay there unmoving, the space between them intact. Minutes passed, then more. Outside, a coyote howled, long and lonely. Finally, Lena spoke again. "Many men fail," she said, not accusing, just stating a fact. "Some do not even realize they have." Thomas exhaled slowly. "I don't want to fail you," he said. Her eyes opened, turning toward him at last. "This is not about me." He nodded, understanding just enough. The night continued, suspended in that delicate balance. He did not reach for her. He did not turn away. He simply stayed present, honoring the moment without trying to claim it. When dawn began to pale the sky, Lena sat up. "It is enough," she said. She stood, gathering the cloth around her, and paused at the door. "You passed," she added softly. Then she was gone. Thomas lay back, heart pounding, unsure whether he had just experienced something ancient or something deeply personal, or both. The days that followed were different, not awkward, not distant. If anything, there was a new steadiness between them. When their hands brushed while working, neither pulled away. When their eyes met, there was recognition there, quiet and mutual. One evening, as they walked along the ridge overlooking the valley, Thomas finally spoke. "I didn't know how to ask," he said, "about that night." Lena smiled faintly. "You weren't meant to ask, you were meant to remember." They stopped, the land stretching endlessly before them. "In our stories," she continued, "love is not taken, it is revealed, slowly, when both are ready." He turned to her, and now she met his gaze. "Now we choose freely." This time, when she reached for his hand, he took it. There was no ritual now, no test, just two people standing beneath the vast sky, choosing each other with open eyes. And the desert, ancient and patient, watched in silence.